I'm Dr. Angela McBurdy of DoctorFlute.com, and today's flute tip is on getting more from your etudes. We practice etudes because they're what's good for us. They're like vegetables. We need our vegetables to, as your parents used to say, grow big and strong. Today, we eat our vegetables to stay healthy. And if you want to be a healthy flute player, you're going to be playing your etudes. And I know there's a lot of people out there that really dislike etudes, but I used to be one of them until I really learned what etudes could do for me. There have been times in my life where I'm just super busy. When are we not super busy? But maybe busier than my normal busy. And I've said, you know what, I'm not working on a recital program right now. I'm just going to keep myself in shape for the little bit of time I have to practice by doing an etude. And if I work on a lot of different aspects of playing with my etude, then I'm going to get my tone practice and my solo practice and my technique practice, all those things wrapped up in one package. Okay? I've done like 30-minute practices using your solo, and that's good too. Everything we're talking about in a solo, you can do in your etude. But let's just get a little bit more specific with your etude. So etudes are often technical. Now, not every etude is technical, but etudes are often technical. And so that's where you're going to get your technique from. This is Anderson's Opus 33, number 4. And if I'm going to use this as a technical exercise, then at first, now I know this, so I don't need to start from square one saying I've got to learn the technique of it. I've got to just play it really slow and learn what all the notes are. I'm going to play just a couple measures for you to show this is what I would do for my technique practice. And I'm going to tongue everything, double tongue it. And I will put on a metronome, have that metronome going, whatever tempo that was, and then just simply work on improving my technique with that and going a little bit faster. Then I might switch articulations and do slur to tongue to. Because if I change up the articulation, my eyes, my brain, and my tongue and my fingers all look at it slightly differently. If you've ever been playing and you've switched up your articulations and realized that just whatever you played fell completely apart, what that shows you is that your brain isn't really registering what each of those notes are. And when you change the articulation, you look at it differently and your brain registers it very differently. So changing your articulation is a great way to get more from your etudes. Another way to practice your etude to get more from it is to work on tone while you're doing your etude. Now, one way to work on tone is to find your melody notes. And in your Anderson studies, it's very easy to find, well, relatively easy to find what he considers is the melody. Not all etudes are this way. Sometimes the melody is the whole phrase. It's not as technical, and so the melody is the whole phrase. Well, you can work on that the same way. Just figure out what it is that this melody is giving you and make it a tonal study. Here, I'm going to pull out the melody notes. Now, I like to do it really short, but kind of make them still be the length of the whole group. So that is the first note of 4 16th notes, and I'm going to play that short, but I'm still going to keep it within the beat. I'm not destroying the beat by playing those melody notes. So let's go back to just talking about the tonal study with these. I want to play these notes as if they are the best prettiest melody I've ever played. And to really concentrate on focusing my tone in that very short little bit. It's really amazing what tonguing can do for your tone. It's a really good exercise. So if I play and it's a low register, I need to drop my jaw, I need to open it up here and focus that tone so you just get a fabulous tone. It's a great exercise. I could also do it as long tones. Where I work on my tapers at the same time. So there's many different ways you can work on that tonal study. Now, then I might say, okay, I want tone and sort of technique and my musical line all mixed together. So maybe I'll take it out of rhythmic context a little bit, but I'll put the other notes back into that melody. Now there's a really good chance to work on your jaw movement through there. This was on first full measure on beat 2 and 3, going up to a G, but now I have to go all the way down to low E. And I'm going to move my jaw. My jaw has to be down and off for that low E. It's got to come out a little bit, not a ton, for the higher G. So my jaw needs to be in a state of flex, so I can work on that. I can find another place where that does it. Second line, a couple different notes. And I want to listen to see if I'm keeping it consistent, a good consistent sound. Now, funny thing is, by tearing it apart like this and doing different things with the rhythm, the articulation, the melody, you actually start to learn it. You learn it really well this way. You don't have to play it totally in context at the rhythmic level. I mean, I have a whole method for how you should practice etudes such as this, but sometimes I want to get my whole practice in with just an etude. I want to get more from this etude because my time is telling me I have to get more from this etude. And so I'm going to do all these different things. I'm going to use it as a tonal practice, and there's no right or wrong. You can use your own imagination for how do you feel like you want to work on tone in this particular exercise, how you want to work on your technique. And it's okay to separate those. I'm just doing technique. I'm not really worried about tone. Maybe by the time you say, I want to work on it like a solo, then you're going to put the things you did with tone and technique in your etude practice all together in your solo practice and make it like a solo. It's the most beautiful melodic etude you've ever played in your life, and play it that way. So that's what I would do in a nutshell for getting more from your etude. You'll be glad that you did, especially if time is your enemy, as it is for all of us. That's today's flute tip.